This is Alan Story from Interseed. I'm going to show you our new solution, MyID as a service, and describe how it provides a simple way to secure yourself against data breach. Let's start with the problem MyID as a service, or MyIDaaS for short, solves. Protection against data breach has become a priority for many organizations. The legal implications, damage to reputation, and potential loss of business has made improving security a must-do. Weak user credentials are the #1 cause of data breach, with over 70% of data breaches being due to compromised passwords. Passwords are no longer an effective way of securing access to networks and applications. They get guessed, reused, and are often leaked. Once a password is reused, it doesn't matter how well you try to protect your own password storage. As soon as it is leaked and becomes known, it can be used to compromise your systems. And it won't just be a single person you're defending against. Lists of leaked passwords can be purchased online and will be used in automated attacks until they get a successful login. The solution is to replace passwords with more secure digital identities. A digital identity consists of a private key, protected on a secure device, and an associated certificate used to identify the user. Unlike passwords, digital identities cannot be copied, leaked, or guessed. And combined with an additional factor, such as a PIN or a fingerprint, we can be sure that users really are who they claim to be. To deploy digital identities, you need a PKI to create the certificates and a credential management system to control distribution of digital identities to end users. Interseed's MyID product is a feature-rich credential management system widely used by organizations such as government, aerospace and defense, and major corporates. It's deployed on-premise or in private cloud and is highly configurable, allowing it to be integrated into a wider identity and access management infrastructure for those looking to meet specific business requirements. But operating a PKI and a credential management system is too complex for some organizations. Even though they see the need to move away from passwords, they don't necessarily have the resources, skills, or budget needed to operate on-premise security solutions. MyID as a service makes deploying digital identities simple. By providing both the PKI and the credential management as a service, organizations can benefit from the high levels of security digital identities provide without undergoing the cost and operational impact of having to manage complex infrastructure. MyIDaaS is designed to make the deployment of digital identities as simple as possible, with automated requests and simple self-service issuance processes. Management activities, such as unlocking or cancellation, are carried out via an intuitive dashboard, minimizing any required training. And based on a low-cost subscription model, you only pay for what you need, without having to invest in new infrastructure. So let's take a look at how MyIDaaS works. On the left-hand side is a typical customer environment with a directory, users, and an IT administrator. On the right-hand side is the MyIDaaS service, hosted in the cloud and managed by Interseed. The first step is registration. A customer wishing to use or simply try the solution is guided through a simple registration process. It creates a database which holds information on digital identities issued and a PKI for issuing the certificates. Even though MyID is a multi-tenant service supporting multiple customers, each organization's information is kept separate for security purposes. The setup process also installs 2 local components designed to allow the local infrastructure to securely communicate with the cloud service. The first is a bridge service, which acts as a connector between the local directory and the MyIDaaS service. The second is a provisioner, which generates keys and collects certificates onto devices. The provisioner can be pulled down on demand from a local server, so you don't have to worry about deploying it to client machines. Most organizations use Active Directory security groups to control who can access which resources, and MyIDaaS works in the same way. When a user becomes a member of a particular security group, the MyIDaaS bridge service will detect this and pass that user's entitlement for a digital identity to the MyIDaaS service. When the user next logs on to Windows, the provisioner will detect that they are now entitled to a digital identity and guide the user through a simple self-service collection process. Once collected, the user can now log onto Windows with a hardware-backed digital identity in place of a password. To monitor the system's use and provide help desk services, a simple dashboard is provided, allowing IT admins to look at people, devices, and digital identities the service has created. So let's take a look at the setup. This will register you with the cloud service and install local components that connect your environment to the MyIDaaS cloud. The location of the local components is typically an existing server in your environment that you can choose. Once installed, the setup routine then walks you through registering for the service and configuring your local bridge connector to the MyIDaaS cloud. It's a simple process that guides you through step by step, letting you know what has happened at each stage and what is next. You can try the solution for free to see if it works for you, and you can be up and running in less than half an hour. You enter your name, your email. The important elements here are the company name and the instance name. Combining these makes your service registration unique, so you can have a production and a test environment if you need to. This is the step that creates the customer-specific database and the customer-specific PKI in the MyIDaaS cloud service. The local bridge is then installed. This is the on-premise component that securely connects your directory to the MyIDaaS cloud. As it will be reading data from your directory, it needs permission to do so, so it's installed to run under an appropriate account. Security groups can be created automatically, as can group policies used to trigger issuance. Here, we simply need to get the certificate used to identify our new PKI and add it to our directory. This way, certificates issued by it will be recognized and trusted for Windows logon. Let's see how easy it is for a user to collect a digital identity. Here's Sam logging onto Windows with his existing user account. Once he's logged on, the MyIDaaS provisioner will run. This will detect if there are any digital identities to collect, and it will guide Sam through a simple process to collect them. Sam is asked to set and confirm a PIN. This is used to protect his digital identity. Private key is generated, protecting in hardware on Sam's PC, and a certificate is issued down to the device. And the process is complete. Now Sam has a digital identity on his machine. He can use it to log into Windows in place of a password. It's more secure, it's hardware protected and uses 2 factors of authentication, and it's more convenient. With a simple PIN replacing a complex password, Sam no longer has to remember or change on a regular basis. A dashboard is used to give an administrator a simple view of the system operations. The administrator authenticates to the MyIDaaS service and is then presented with a view onto their own data. The authentication uses a digital identity to secure access, so only those authorized to see the information have access to it. The dashboard shows a simple tile-based view of information, providing current and historical data on people and digital identities issued. You can choose to view specific information by date, such as by month, or by year. Clicking a tile will display a detailed list, in this case all events that have happened. You can apply further filtering, e.g. to narrow results down to a person or an event type, just to view the specific information you are interested in. Selecting a specific row within the list will show detailed information about the person, the device, and the digital identities issued. MyIDaaS is designed to provide an easy way to protect you against the #1 cause of data breach, weak or compromised user credentials. It does this by replacing passwords with hardware-backed digital identities, increasing security and convenience. It's low cost, free to try, and makes it simple by moving the complexity into our cloud. If you want to find out more, contact us on info@interseed.com or visit our website to see how to try MyIDaaS for yourself.